Hello students, so welcome to OTS. Today we are going to discuss, a frequently asked question in, you can say, Territorial Army PIB interviews or, any of the SSB interviews conducted by the Defense Forces. It's a frequently asked question. You can find it in many of the interviews, but yes, it's a tough question to answer. It's difficult to find out what is the exactly correct answer for this, right? Because it varies from person to person. That's the question is, what are your strength and weakness, right? Whenever you are asked this question in interviews, you might be feeling too reluctant, or you can say that you might be reluctant to answer this question. So you should be ready for this. That's the only solution, right? So I'm going to put down my suggestions, what you should convey, although the exact answer is not available. It depends person to person, right? So first thing, avoid any kind of exaggeration, right? Or showing arrogance, right? आप कोई देवता नहीं है, right? You should be ready for the man kind of solution. Keep at least 3 ready answers for this, and all these answers should be backed by, I say this as star situations, like situation, action and result. Whatever you say, if there is cross section, you should be ready to answer, yes, this was the situation and this is what you have acted upon, and that might be the possible result. So that looks to be a reality, okay? So that's I call it the star stories. So all this, your strength and whatever you write in your PIQs, or if they ask you in interviews, that should be backed upon a star story. That is, what was the situation in story, action and result, right? I can say that you should avoid these things, but yes, it's not wrong. Even if you write, there is no harm. But personally, I feel that you should avoid the words like, I'm hardworking, punctual, dedicated, I'm honest. These kind of things are quite majorly present. A common aspirants write this. I think you should avoid this because everybody says I am hardworking, right? So these are more or less common words which nobody wants to entertain. The interviewer is fed up of such sort of innocent answers. I term it as innocent. I already said that you should not exaggerate what you are writing. Next one, what to do? What can be the possible answer? If let's suppose I ask you this question, what would be the perfect answer? Although there is no perfect answer for this. What you can do, my suggestion, there is introspection, right? Keeping yourself in a closed room, introspect yourself, or the second step, ask your friends, ask your parents, ask your colleagues, what do you think is a big positive in yourself? They will be, they are spending time with you. It's around 3, 4, 5 years, right? The parents have, brought up to you for the last 20, 21 years. And they are better aware of this, right? Even in comparison of the interview, they can tell you, yes, this is your strength. We feel that you are good in these things. So try to note down those points and then keep a story ready with that. Yes, this was the situation and we performed like this. That's why I personally feel that this is my strength, right? Like somebody says leadership quality. You have to back your, this quality, this trait with some story. That's important. Otherwise, anybody can say this, right? They will try to cross question you. Okay, so they will question you something which you will try to demonstrate or check up on your ability, what you have mentioned. Next, let's suppose somebody writes teamwork. So in SSB, you can say that this can be a tricky one because the GTO will also be ready with what is your teamwork ability, right? So they should match. So you should be ready. If you feel that yes, you are a perfect team member, of course you will be performing good in team, that is GTO, as well as group discussions, group planning exercise, of course. So this is just my points, my suggestion for you if you are appearing for TA PIB's interviews or SSB interview. The second module, what is your weakness? Now this is tough. Nobody wants to demonstrate his weakness. It's really a tricky one, a difficult one for anyone. Even somebody asks me, this is a difficult one, right? And the perfect thing that you should not say, I don't have any. I don't know my weakness. Now this is an innocent answer again, which will land you in trouble situation actually, right? Don't disguise your strength as weakness, right? If you go through many of the videos, I have seen many of the SSB mentors, right, telling that try to write your strength as weakness. This is again my point. Maybe I'm wrong. That depends person to person. I don't feel being an interviewer, or you can say that if you are in the position of being who is taking the interview, a mature person who is 10 times more experienced than you, he knows that you are disguising your strength as weakness, because this is the commonly conveyed answer. You can say that any mature guy will say that, okay, let's write you are too much emotional, kind of thing like this, right? So you should not disguise the strength and weakness. Remember this. This is commonly found amongst the immature candidates appearing for the interviews as well as the SSB interviews, right? Even if, let's suppose, at least you have to mention something. So ready with this, whatever you find, okay? Let's suppose you are saying that you are emotional. So you should back your wordings with some stories. What again, the star situation. So this was the situation and this is what the result. Like I'm just quoting one example. Let's suppose somebody asked me, the one weakness I personally feel among myself is fear of failure, right? So whenever I try to, convey something, or you can say that have some new initiative, there is always a fear of failure which I try to analyze, right? And due to which I have lost some projects as well. I can demonstrate many of them. So that's one weakness I find in myself. You have to introspect yourself since school days to the college days, what happened, and let's suppose you were in school project something and you denied the leadership role. Okay, I don't want to lead this project because you were worried if this failed, the blame will upon you, right? So this is kind of story you can put upon, right? Everyone has a story from school to college days. Try to introspect, note down that, and ready for this situation, this kind of question. Out of one out of three will be definitely, interview, they will be asking upon your strength and weakness, right? So of course, apart from this, there are a lot of n number of points possible. But one thing, whether you are presenting your strength or weakness, you must remember to present your answers in a structured manner that actually, give you a good way in the interviews actually, and will help you to back good marks in interviews. That's the mature way of presenting your strength and weaknesses, right? So this is one question I want you to talk about. We'll be coming up with more interview questions, more frequently asked questions, along with the set of model answers for this kind of situation. Thank you. Good luck.